So if you're trying to adjust your action or go to a higher string gauge, or you're trying to fix a string that's getting stuck in the nut, then you need some of these files, nut slotting files, like these ones here from Stewart MacDonald. Only problem is they're very expensive, and if you go to buy a set of them, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So today I'm going to show you which 6 individual ones you can buy that will give you a versatile set that will cover all your bases from acoustic, electric to classical. I'm Dave with Stringing It Together, and let's dive in. So first let's hop over to the StewMac website. That's where I bought mine, and I have no regrets. They're great files. But if you look here, save with the set. So as you know, each string has a different gauge, and each file is going to need to match that gauge. So if you look here, light string, set of 6, $98. Medium strings, $98. Heavy strings, $98. Adding the acoustic and the classical, then it's a lot of money for some files. So the easiest way to do it for me, well, it took me a while to figure this out. I had to sit down with a chart and figure this out, which I'll show you in a second. But you can buy individual files here. It took me a while to find them. They're actually hard. It's right there. And it seems like it would be more expensive because they're $18 each. But I'm going to show you the 6 that you can buy that will cover all your bases. And if you do 18 times 6, that's $108 plus shipping. Seems like a lot of money still, but at least it's not $600. So it has a list on the side here with all the different gauges. Now, if you're not from the States, and then you might be not used to the imperial system, which this is in, 0.010, that's 10,000ths of an inch. And that's what I use anyway. I prefer the imperial system, even though I'm from Canada. We kind of have a mixed system here. And I'll show you which ones you need to buy. I'll pull up a chart here just to prove it to you and explain how you can make it work. Alright, so here I've got my files on this side here, fairly well worn now. And then on the other side I've got a little string gauge chart that I've made up. I've got acoustic, electric, and classical here. Just one set of classical. I know there's different gauges, but I just so there's not so many numbers on the page, I just did one. Anyway, so I'll just do like one set of strings here, 1 or 2, just to give you an idea of how you can make this work. So let's say for the acoustic light gauge, 5/4, and again this is 1,000ths of an inch, so 54,000ths of an inch. If you want to visualize it, 4,000ths of an inch is the thickness of a piece of masking tape. So 54, that one you can do with the 56. As long as it's slightly bigger and not too much bigger, that should be fine. The 42, that one's obvious. 32, 25, that one you can do with the 24. And I'll show you how you can widen it up to the correct size in a moment here. Just stay tuned. So that one should be fine. No problem there. Let's go to one that might be a bit more tricky. Let's go classical. So classical 43, that one with the 42. The 32, you can widen it up to a 35, no problem. 29, I would say the 32 again because it's only 3,000ths of an inch bigger. The 41, the 42, so on, so forth. Something like that. If it's 4,000ths of an inch away, you do have to take a little bit more time with it, but again, I'll show you how to do that. Something like this might be a little bit tricky because it's fairly far away. And you don't want to go too wide on the low strings, because if you go too wide on the low strings, then it can sort of, if this slot is too wide, then it'll suck to one side, whichever way the tuning peg is going, and then that can catch on the edge there with the ridges. So you don't want to do that. That shouldn't be a problem with these higher strings here. I mean, some people might say, oh, you need to get the exact number here, but especially for these high strings, it doesn't really matter. These low strings, though, I'll just show you how to do it. You might need to fiddle around with something like this because it's, fairly far away. But that gives you hopefully an idea. You can widen it up. As long as you're going higher, then it's no problem. So the reason why you don't have to buy too many of those is because really all you have to do is widen it up if you need to. So let's say I have my 42 here for the A string, and I've got an A string that's a 46, then I just need to widen it up. And to do that, instead of going straight down like this, I just put it on an angle and then slowly make my way to straight. And then same thing on the other side. Yeah, once you know how to widen it up like that, which is very easy as I showed, then you'll need to buy 6 of these instead of 3 or 4, or God knows how many. I mean, they're still somewhat expensive, but at least it'll save you quite a bit of money. And I do recommend buying these Stewart MacDonald ones because these ones are well over a decade now, and hundreds of guitar repairs, and they're still performing just as well as they did the day that I bought them. I'll put a link down below to the Stewart MacDonald website where you can purchase those exact ones, and I'll write down the dimensions that you can buy them individually. As I mentioned, it'll save you lots of money. And before you go ahead and use them, if you're going to be lowering the action on any guitar, you're going to have to make sure that your frets are level. So I'm also going to recommend that while you're down there, you download my free mini course called Foolproof Fretwork. That's going to cover how to level your frets from start to finish, how to assess them, how to seat them properly, and then how to level and crown them off at the end. So if you follow the link for Foolproof Fretwork down below, then it'll just ask you to type in your name and your email, and I'll email the course to you with the link for absolutely free. And I'm curious to know if anyone has tried any DIY options for these fret crowning files. If you have, let me know in the comments below, and maybe I'll give it a try in the next video. And that's all for now. Stay tuned. I'll see you next week.